This is just the sort of spring day to tempt my mate Pat and me out for a flight. So we pull the aeroplane out of the hangar, climb on board, and we're going out for a little trip to Thames. We're meeting up with the GMC Flightcrew, a gang of flyers who used to fly microlights from Gordonton, hence the Gordonton Microlight Club GMC. And we're going to meet up at Thames before finding out what's going to happen for lunch. Somewhere mysterious, we're told. Hope you've enjoyed the views out over the harbour as we set off. And this is the town of Waihi. Just off the wingtip is the gold mine, currently being mined. Here up in the hills, just right behind Waihi, is a former gold mine. The lake right on the nose is what's left of the mine. The crater underneath is filled with water, and that's just what will happen to the mine in Waihi town. We carry on through the hills, really pretty today. Little fluffy clouds forming from the sun acting on the hills. Out the other side, and there in the distance, at the mouth of that river, lies Thames. The airfield is in between the town and the estuary, and the runway is close by those poo ponds, otherwise known as oxidation ponds. Our path into land consists of left turns over the river and then back down, making sure we pass over the poo ponds before touching down and taxiing up to the clubhouse, where it turns out we're the first ones to arrive. And as you can see, Pat is delighted that we've had such a pleasant journey up to Thames. The gang start to arrive now. Some of them have bought recently these aircraft, which are beautifully turned out, straight from the factory, and are still microlights. 5 more aircraft arrive to join us, and our next stop is the cafe over the road. And while over there, we learn that our lunch venue for the day is, yes, you've guessed it, Waihi Beach. Pat has to be back home in good time, so we set off first of the gang, take off on a different runway to the one that we landed on, have a peep at the gun club, busy shooting down to the right, and we hope they keep their bullets low as we climb out up over the river, over the river, and make a left turn on our way back to Pyroa. Pyroa's ahead of us, where the river meanders its way down. We can just see it there ahead of us, but we're going to turn into the hills and go back through a different valley than the one with Gold Cross Mine that we looked at on the way out. Underneath us is Komata Reefs. I guess it's named for the quartz reefs that were found in the hills up there when the gold rush was on in the 19th century, when the miners started building the town that became modern day Waihi. It's not long from there till we get back to Waihi Beach, decide which runway we're going to use to land on, and head out for what is sometimes my favourite bit of the flight, gazing down at the ocean, the beach, our house at the top of the picture, you probably can't pick out which one it is, and then around back down to the airfield. And this is where we experience one of those things that happens from time to time. The aircraft just doesn't want to come down, but we get there, down over the wetlands, line up with the runway, and in for a nice smooth touchdown. With the wheels on the ground, we taxi back to the parking area, tidy ourselves up a bit, and wait for the rest of them to arrive. I think they said they were going down to have a look at Mount Maunganui before landing at Waihi Beach and going across to the cafe for lunch. Pat has to jump on his bike and ride home quickly because he's got guests coming, so he misses the entertainment of the 5 aircraft following us in. The first 2 come in this way. They're big and brave and don't mind a bit of tailwind. The rest come in the same way as we did, from the other end, well spaced out because they've taken their time doing sightseeing on the way. Number 4 which is the same type of aircraft as Jan is, from the same factory and about the same age. And here comes number 5. When everybody's out and on the ground, it's time to line up people for the obligatory group photo. Smile please. Yep, they did. I won't bore you with pictures of the lunch, which was delicious, but skip straight to the aircraft taking off, all going the same way this time. And as you can see, the sky by the beach is beautifully blue, the clouds just sitting over the hills, and I hope they all had a really good flight home. It's a lovely day to be out, and it looks like tomorrow will be another day, another flight, and more fun. One more to go after this one, and that will be GMC Flightcrew all on their way home. It's been a great ride out. Thanks guys for your company. Hope you all get home safely, and I'll look forward to our next outing. See you next time. Bye.